crazy mother.
Hello. As you can see, I'm in the van again, and there's not been much more progress. Having a bit of a saga with the trim, the edging strip. You know, it's that. You can see that. The T-moulding. You can see that. The problem is, the stuff I got was more for, well, I thought it was the right stuff, but turns out it's not. This is more for arcade machines, and it's as hard as rock. Even when you warm it up with a hair dryer or soak it or whatever, it's really hard to work with. And the other problem is, as the units are made of MDF, which is practically cardboard, it's you get one shot, and then the trim, the actual MDF groove falls to pieces basically. So it's holding me up, and I've been to B&Q Berries, which is a builder's yard over the back from me, and Screwfix, and nobody has the trim. They keep telling me to go to a Caravan Suppliers or whatever. Now we all know Caravan Suppliers are well, the only thing they've got missing is a mask, because it's daylight robbery for anything they try to sell you. Some of you know, may think they're great and they're superb and you get what you want at a good price. Personally, I think it's more of a Dick Turpin training course for some of the prices that they charge. So anyway, that, and I'm tight-fisted. So I found a place on eBay, as usual, who, well, I paid, what did I pay? I paid about £14 for 20 feet of this rubbish, and I've just found a site on eBay which will sell me 10 metres for £14. So that's junk. So I've ordered that instead. I'll see how I get on with it. I'm going to change it from black to a grey trim anyway, and if that doesn't work, then it's back to the drawing board, in which case I might maybe put an aluminium edging trim on it or something to that effect instead, or and if that doesn't work, we'll see where we go from there. However, what I have done today is bought a sink, and there it is, one sink, or better known as a dog bowl. I don't know if you can see the label, and that, I don't know if you can see that. So a lot of if you look for sinks on eBay for campers and such, and Caravan Suppliers, it's anywhere from, well, for a small sink, it's anywhere from let me see, 25 to 105 for a caravan sink. So I went to the Range, which is, you know, like a home supply shop, and they have a pet section. £3.99 I think I paid for this, and it's basically 30cm diameter. So cut the hole, dropped it in the hole, one sink. Now I've ordered off eBay, I've ordered the sink hole with the plug and everything. in a stainless steel trim for £7.50. So all in all, for sort of just over a tenner, you know, I've got my sink. I've got my caravan sink. Still got to order or find a tap and a pump, obviously, which I'm not going to get around, but they're cheap enough on eBay anyway. And so basically I'm being held up again by running out of supplies again, basically. So I'm waiting on the T-moulding and the drain, sinkhole, whatever, and then hopefully I can start trimming these doors. I mean, I put the doors on when I had the moulding. I put the doors on, so I've got no trim at the moment. Which brings me to another thing. This MDF pre-made unit, it in theory you would trim round the edge of the door, of each door, and you would trim in the void, you know, in the framework of the door. Now, either this trim is too thick, which I doubt, or the gap between the door and the front and the unit is not big enough, which is a real pain. And if anybody's worked with MDF before, you'll know you've only got to look at it in a funny way and it's falling to pieces. So we'll have to see what we can do with that. So hopefully when I get the new trim I can squeeze it in and it all fits. But yeah, it's, as far as the units go, I thought was a great idea having a pre-built unit, throw it in the van, yeah, ready to go, put the trim on, that's that. No, in hindsight I would much rather have built it myself. Now, I'm terrible at woodwork, but I'm pretty sure I would have got a much better product for the same price or less out of real wood. So yeah, in hindsight, a wonderful thing. So anyway, so I'm almost there, not quite. I just keep getting held up by silly little things, and it's beginning to go from, well, not so much a money pit, but I think I'm learning the hard way about how much a camper van really does cost to build. Like I say, it's the first time I've ever done one. Would I do it again? Yes, definitely. I enjoyed it, but we'll see. I have a feeling once we actually get to go away in it, it's we're going to find out all the niggles and just whether the van suits us or not. As my wife is disabled, a high top would have been wonderful, but couldn't afford it at the minute. But we'll see how we get on. It's not the be all and end all, and yeah, almost there, as I keep saying. So there you go. So I'm not telling you how to do your camper van, I'm just telling you my experience, and yeah, at the end of the day I'm enjoying it, but it's very expensive, and there's a lot of things I would change now, and yeah, I think that'll do for now. Another rant, bit of a rant anyway. Okay, alright then, till next time, we'll see you again. Catch you later.